at JiggyJaguar.com. We are also going to be on Twitch. Yes, we're twitching over there on Twitch. Get a hold of us. We're doing it. We're making it happen, and we're making it work. Thanks for joining us on a very interesting day. I've got to figure out where the hell my damn passwords are so I can get that damn video back up and going. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast, and today is a day that I didn't ever think I would ever have to do this broadcast. We have a very hard broadcast we're going to be doing today because, oh, look at that. I can't get in to the, I can't get in to the video. Fantastic. I'll deal with that later. We have been doing this radio broadcast and this television show, TV show, for several years now. And I don't know what any of that is. And we have been booking guests on this broadcast, and we book various guests through Richard Kurtz over at Strategies PR. We have talked with Sandy Frazier over at Mystic Arts. We have booked people through AJ over at Pubulus PR, Shannon Rose when he was alive. We booked with the Rose Hollywood Report, is what he used to call it. We haven't booked through Steve Joyner because I won't give him money. But that's not here nor there. We want to talk about Irwin Zucker. Irwin and I met Irwin through a gentleman named Brad Butler, who would go on and change his name. Come to find out later, I think it was because he was hiding from debts or something. But I met Irwin, and we began a business relationship where he would call me on a regular basis. And we would have some of the most interesting people on this broadcast. And many of those people you're going to hear from today. Because a couple weeks ago, I usually get a call from Irwin on Sundays asking me if I'm going to be on the air on Tuesday. He also calls me on Mondays and tells me, I got the guests. He's always excited. And I always have great conversations with Irwin. And a couple weeks ago, did not get a call from Irwin. And I thought it was a little odd. I reached out to him. Apparently, he was having some issues with his phones. He was always having issues with his phones or his computer. I always loved that about him. And it was not a big deal. But I had thought about the unfathomable, I guess. And what ended up happening about a week or two later was I was in the process of dealing with life, as they say. And I kept getting a call from Olympia LaPointe, who I met through Irwin. And she kept calling and kept calling and kept calling. And I'm like, why is Olympia trying to get a hold of me? So I hung up with Olympia, got off the phone with her. This was a Thursday. I got off the phone with her. I then called up. I called her back. I got off the phone with whoever the hell I was dealing with. I'm sure it had something to do with the stupid dog and Brittany and all the nonsense for the last month. Called up Olympia, and she said Irwin had passed away. And I didn't know what to do. Irwin was much more than a guest booker on this program. He was a friend. I actually, he had made a comment to me about a month ago that he was going to be doing. He was going to be having his 94th birthday or something in Los Angeles, as he calls it. And he kept asking me. He said, "Are you ever going to get out here to Los Angeles? Are you ever going to get out here to Los Angeles?" And I said, "Yes, I will be. I will be coming out there." I had made plans, and I said I was going to be coming out there. And he goes, "Well, I'm having someone is throwing a birthday party for me in September." And he said, "There's no pressure to come to it." And I'm like, "I'm coming to it." I'd worked with Irwin all these years. I'm going to that frickin' birthday party. So I decided I was going to go to Irwin's birthday party, and I had been telling him, and I told him a couple weeks later, I said, "Dude," I said, "I'm coming to this." And he goes, "You don't have to come to LA just for my birthday." And I was like, "No, I'm coming out there. I'm coming out there." In fact, several years ago, I had a conversation with a gentleman in Vegas. I think it's Vegas. And we talk about Irwin every single time I go out there. And he just, his face lights up when I talk about Irwin, and he makes comments about, Irwin got us all into the PR world and all these things. So I have been trying to process for the last week, almost, not even a week, just what the hell I was going to say here today when we did the show. And I had to talk about Irwin. I am going to miss, and in fact, this morning, Tuesday was just not the same, because I usually get a call from Irwin every Tuesday. And I didn't get my call from Irwin. I went back through some emails that I had from Irwin, and I've just been trying to gather my thoughts here. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what the hell to do now. Much like we've had in the past, we will obviously continue in keeping in touch with Irwin's people. We will continue to keep in touch with the publicists or the Southern California folks. I will always have to say that I always think it's funny whenever, like for one of the trademarks of this show is I always announce when we are on live. I always say 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, and 1 p.m. Mountain Standard. And then I always say, Ross Long's the only one that listens to us in Mountain Standard because he lives in Colorado. But I've been catching myself the last couple days whenever I mention something to people about Pacific Standard Time. I always go, Irwin used to always do this when he would do these calls with me. He would always be like, well, I got Rose Colombo coming on next week, and you'll need to call her at 12:15 California. And it was always 12:15 California. It was always 1:15 California. It was never Pacific. It was always California. And so I think I will probably end up just making that as our little tribute to Irwin. And, I've prayed for Irwin and his family on several occasions. I'm going to miss Irwin Zucker. He was quite the guy. I'm happy to know Irwin Zucker. We have, and in fact, I haven't finished it yet, but it's going to go up. more than likely July 4th. I am in the process of putting together, and in fact, the computer ended up freezing up on me for whatever reason. And I didn't get a chance to finish it, but I'm going to finish it. I have been lucky enough over years and years and years and years of my time. I have been able to talk to Irwin on I don't know how many occasions on this show. He has come on and talked with me. What he would do is he would get a hold of, he would always tell me, he would always say, if you cannot get a guest, or if I can't find you a guest, I will jump in and be your guest, is what he always would tell me. So I have on several occasions been able to interview Irwin. So we are going to put together a special show that we will do for Irwin Zucker as a little bit of a tribute to Irwin. We will put that up, I would say, probably July 4th, since that's next Monday. What we're going to do today is I've set up a Skype chat, and I invited all sorts of different people that were Irwin's pals, Irwin's clients, and we are going to do a special tribute to Irwin Zucker today. So we were going to do that. We are going to attempt to take a time out, and we will probably cut it short because I definitely